In 1932, two sleuths, Veronica Caputo and Frankie Bevins, were hot on a case down by the docks when they were accidentally frozen in a cryogenics experiment. They thawed out 90 years later, and now they are back on 2024's hottest cases. We now find Bevins in his 17th floor apartment office, waiting for that next big lead.
I told you, Charlie, I'd send the rent check over in the morning.
This isn't Charlie.
Then who is it?
Jerry, I just wanted to talk to you.
What do you want? I'm a detective. What are you looking for?
I heard you say you were sending in a rent check tomorrow.
That's right. What's it to you?
The rent in this city is just too high. How are us working class people able to survive, much less thrive in this economy?
I know. Back where I come from, $1 went a long way.
And we need to get back to those simple American values where the money we make can go into our pockets instead of into the hands of those greedy landlords.
Exactly. Hey, what is this?
That's why I think you should support me, gerrymandering for mayor. Not only can you vote, but you can also give to the campaign. We take cash, check, credit card, or Bitcoin.
Why, yada. Get out of my office. I thought you were bringing me work, and you're only trying to take my cash. Get out.
I was just trying to help.
I'm just sitting here trying to figure out a plan. Now get. Hi.
Bevins, I found the world's greatest coffee, and it's just 2 blocks over. They didn't have any decaf, so I got all the calf, and now I feel as lit as that bush that Moses was talking to. I took my giant mug so I could fill it to the brim. Now I have coffee all day.
Who is it?
Hi, this is your fellow citizen, Candy. Candy Date.
Get out of here, I tell you. Scram!
People, these petty beggars are everywhere. This caffeine has made my head feel like the Liberty Lady's torch. I'm going to run some laps in the other room.
Go away.
This here's Phil E. Buster. With your help, we can clean up the streets in this town.
I'm gonna clean you up, bub. Move on before I call the fuzz.
It's Gavin Erner. As little as $10 will go a long way to change our community.
Hi, neighbor. Make sure you cast that vote for Fiona Hayes and come knock on some doors with us.
Ethan Cunningham for dog catcher. Make sure you vote for Ethan Cunningham.
What is all this poll foolery? The bangs and yells, it's giving me a crushing cranial cramp. What do they want, Bevins? What do they want?
They want our money, Veronica.
These buffoons are barking up the wrong tree. Asking us for
I
money
know.
is like asking a desert for rain. We're all dried up.
Yeah.
This is madness. I cannot take the pounding anymore.
Yeah, come on, Veronica. Let's get out of
All right.
here.
Our two sleuths made a mad dash for the window, shimmied down the fire escape, and leapt directly into a large pile of trash.
Good heavens, Bevins! I've got banana peel stuck to my brand new gown. It smells like the opening night of a cheap off-Broadway musical starring Loretta Loy. It stinks, I tell you, it stinks! Good thing I have a tight lid on this mug. Sweet goodness.
Come on, Veronica. Give me your hand.
I'll jump and you can catch me.
Of course.
3, 2,
Boy,
1!
I don't think
Ha-ha!
that's really good.
Thank you for breaking my fall. Now, where are we going? My legs are moving so fast my shoes might begin to smoke.
I don't know. Just away from those ridiculous...
Wow, that was a long fall. Are you two okay?
We've been better. Much better.
You have a banana peel on your shoulder. Here, let me get that
Why,
off.
thank you, little man. I appreciate the common decency.
Well, that's the kind of service I provide. And that's the kind of service you're going to expect for the next 4 years when you vote for me, Mason Woolery.
Get away, man. Get away before I
They're
punch you in the next
everywhere.
week.
Spare change for the campaign.
Spare change for a down-on-her-luck public servant.
Spare change.
Bevins, it's too
Spare
much.
change.
Let's go this way. Hey, here, guys. Hey, come
I'm
this
not
way.
falling for
Come
that
here.
again.
No, come on, I promise. Come on.
Change. Brains.
Hey, here, we're safe here. Who are we having the pleasure of meeting, sir?
Yeah, who are you, buddy, and what do you want with us?
I'm Paul McCarthy.
Who?
Paul, McCarthy? I know, it sounds like one of the Beatles.
A man
It's
sounds
not.
like a beetle? That's preposterous. Why does this man keep repeating his name like we're supposed to know who he is? We've never seen you before, man. Who are you and what do you want?
I'm the vice
Ugh,
mayor?
We don't have any money for you. Let us go.
No, I don't want your money. I want to hire you.
Oh. We are listening, Vice Mayor.
This town's being flooded by people who think they can run a city, but
Most of them don't have the slightest idea what it takes and absolutely no experience in law or public service. They think that just because they've been to a government building before, that they can be obnoxious, that they can then run a city. Then, when they're elected, it turns into a circus.
P.T. and James Anthony wouldn't employ these hee-haws for the Big Top Bonanza sideshow showcase festival of fun or circus celebration. They're sad, begging for money when all they want is votes.
See, exactly. Public office isn't supposed to be pomp and circumstance, glitz and
Hey,
glamour.
little man, leave the alliteration to me.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to step in on your
Thank
thing. It's supposed to be a group of dedicated public servants who work for the people. The less you hear about them, the better.
Amen to that, Pete Cathy.
McCarthy?
Who?
So how do we stop this? Well, we created the Swift People Acquisition Control Executive Force, or Space Force, and pinpointed one common factor. All the wannabe politicians listen to one artist, one Taylor Swin. Now, here's the address of the venue she's playing tonight. You'll be met by the head of security, Patrick Parson. Sorry, not meaning the alliteration, it's just his name. We're not sure what she's doing to convince these people, but that's why we're hiring you.
Veronica and Bevins left Penn Cartwright.
Paul McCarthy.
Whatever. They made a beeline with a quick pit stop for more coffee to Empire Street Stadium, where they were met once more by Patrick Parson.
Veronica, we are on a case. We cannot waste our precious time and money on coffee. How much did that
I'm
cost?
hooked, I tell you. Flat out hooked.
Hold it right there. What do you think you're doing?
We're here
huh?
to see the great Taylor Swin. Now move out of our way.
Look, everyone here is to see Taylor, so scram, all right?
We're on the
Beat it.
list.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. What's the name there, Toots?
No one calls me Toots, you sad excuse for a human. My name's Veronica. Veronica Caputo, and this here is Frankie Bevins.
Veronica Caputo, huh? Well, look at that. Says here you're not on the
Not
list.
on the list.
Unless your name is Matt Damon, Damon Wayans, Waylon Jennings, Jenny McCarthy, Paul McCarthy, Vice Mayor, Melissa McCarthy, Melissa Joan Hart, Hart singer Ann, or Nancy Wilson, Wilson Phillips, Philip Phillips, Phil Joel, Joel Smallbone, Leon Redbone, Landon Donovan, Frankenreither, Frank Oz, Ozzie Smith and Wes Anderson, Anderson Cooper, hanging with Mr. Cooper, Cooper Cup, or Charles Barkley, then you are not on the list,
Attitude
sweetheart.
is wafting over me like the stench of thrice-filled leaky diaper, and I am full of caffeine, so test me one more time, bozo.
Listen here, hey. Listen, we're detectives hired by the Voice Mayor to investigate Miss Swin.
Oh, so you're caps, huh?
Even more reason to kick you off our property. Without a warrant, you got nothing. Now get out of here before I call someone who can make yous.
Well, I don't like the attitude of this one, Bevins. How dare a rent-a-cop talk to us like this? Where do you get the nerve? Where do you get the nerve? One more pesky remark from you and I'm going to take off my stiletto and sink it into your...
Settle, Veronica.
You're a privileged person, Patrick Parson. I was perfectly poised to produce permanent pain to your posterior, but you were purely preserved by my partner playing pretend about providing protection for your precious posterior.
Veronica, that was impressive even by your
Thank you.
standards. You have 3 seconds to vacate this property. Here's $200.
Her dressing room is the third one on the right. Just right this way, please. Veronica and Bevins slipped past the guard and snuck down the hallway of the arena. It was filled with dancers and musicians preparing for the show.
Did someone take my sneakers?
No one's feet are as big as yours, girlfriend.
Justin, you are just the worst. I can't believe you'd say that.
7 minutes, everyone. 7 minutes.
Veronica and Bevins arrived at Taylor's door and slip in without knocking.
Where is she, Bevins? Taylor, make your presence known.
Maybe we missed her. She didn't leave too long ago. She left an electronic device, maybe one of those cell phones.
From out of nowhere, a cry wails out from a dark corner where a large, burly man sits.
Oh, Jehoshaphat, who are you?
My name is Tyler. Tyler Gilson.
Where is Taylor, you large beast of a man? We need to talk to her right now.
There she is.
Bevins, why did he point at that electronic device?
I think he's insinuating that this electronic device is the Taylor Swin.
I don't understand. Quit speaking in codes and use real English.
I just found out she's not a real person. We were dating for almost a year, then someone told me she's really the Pixel Phantom 3000. She was assembled by scientists.
This is madness. The greatest pop star in the world is nothing more than lights and mirrors.
They said she was created by scientists in an MIT lab in 1989. Their goal was to take over the world through music. They finally created a prototype in 2003, but it was faulty. Instead of going straight for pop, they elected to make her a country star. You can be a little pitchy, or in her case, very pitchy as a country star, and they'll still listen. But now they've perfected auto-tune, and she can entertain hundreds of millions of people. They just wheel her in a cart to the stage, push the power button, and she sings 80,000 followers, 4 at a time, and now a lonely ex-boyfriend.
She's a fake, a fraud, a sham. What is this world coming to?
So, what about the politicians?
They put subliminal messages in each song. If they can have all the public believing that they can run the world, then everything will become mass chaos. And that's when they swoop in. Their goal is to keep people depressed, so they need Taylor more than ever.
These manic manipulators.
And now, my whole world is shattered. I loved this woman. She was supposed to write her next album about me.
What a sad man. Here, have some of this miracle coffee. It will hop you up on caffeine.
Thanks.
Do you feel like a man again?
I sure do. And you know what I think about all this?
Tyler pours coffee on the electronic device known as Taylor Swin. After a few sparks fly, smoke billows out of the machine. Veronica and Bevins race back to their office.
Where's that?
I need $500.
I thought all the solicitations were over.
This is Charlie,
Who?
your landlord. Now give me my money before I break this door down. That'll do it for this episode of Veronica and Bevins. Join us next week when Veronica goes undercover as a yoga instructor.
Ugh, I don't care. Just put your hands over your head and act like you're thinking. You're too relaxed anyway. You need to tighten up.